Salvete. Let's finish up the story, this Punic War story. So we finish off where we left off last. So he had conquered him in a great battle. To an alliance, he was the first for all who had demanded no hostages of a conquered enemy. Hispaniarum magno praetio victum in amicitiam accepit, et primus omnium a victo obsides non proposcit. Hannibal, despairing that Spain could be kept any longer against Scipio, sent for his brother Asdrubal to Italy with his forces. In Desperans Hannibal Hispanias contra Scipionem induitius posse retinere fratem suum Asdrubalem ad Italiam cum omnibus copiis evocavit. He, coming the same way that Hannibal too had came, fell into an ambuscade laid for him by the consuls Appius Claudius, Nero, and Marcus Livius Salinator at Sena, a city of the Pisces. Isviniens oedem itinere quo etiam Hannibal venerat a consulibus Appio Claudio Nerone et Marco Livio Salinatori apud Senam Picene civitatem in insidias camptas incidit. Yet he was slain fighting stoutly. His great forces were either taken or slain. Streneu tamen pugnans occisus es, ingentes eius copiae captae aut interfectae sunt. A vast quantity of gold and silver was carried to Rome. And again, remember that gold and silver ain't come from Spain. But in Spain, because we used to take it from America, namely Brazil mostly, and places in North America, deposits. We used to take up the Guadalquivir River. They didn't even know where that gold would come from. All they know been to block off the Guadalquivir, because they know more used to always come through that river with a bunch of gold and silver. They would come from America. So after, he said, his great forces were taken either or slain. A vast quantity of gold and silver was carried to Rome. Magnum pondus auri atque argenti Romam retum. After this, Hannibal began now to despair of the events of the war, and great courage was added to the Romans. Post haec Hannibal diffidere iam de belli corpit eventu. Wherefore they likewise sent for Publius Cornelius Scipio out of Spain. He came to Rome with great glory. Et Romanis ingens animus accessit itaque et ipse evocaverunt et Hispania plubicum Cornelium Scipionem is Romam cum ingenti gloria venit. Quintus Calcius and Luvius Valerius, being consuls, all the cities which were possessed by Hannibal among the Bruti submitted themselves to the Romans. Quinto Caecilio Lucio Valerio consulibus omnes civitates quae in Brutiis ab Annibale tenebantur Romani se tradiderunt. In the 14th year after Hannibal had come into Italy, Scipio, who had done many things successfully in Spain, was made consul and sent into Africa. Anno quarterdecim post quam in Italia Hannibal venerat Scipio, qui multa bene in Hispania egerat, consul ex factus et in Africa missus, in which man it was supposed there was something divine. Qui vero divinum quidam in esse extimabator, so a Deo, that he was thought to have conversed with the gods, ut putaretur cum numinibus habere sermonem. He engages in Africa against Anno, general of the Africans, and cut off his army in a great measure. East in Africa contra Annonem ducem afrorum pugnat exercitum eius interficit. In the second battle, he took his camp with 4,500 of his soldiers, 11,000 being slain. Secundo praelio castra cepi cum quator milibus et quingenti milibus undecem milibus occisis. He take Syphax, king of Numidia, and his story is very interesting. Had a lot of slaves. He used to be the one who had the slaves from the Romans. They always used to go to him and get them to buy. He takes Syphax, king of Numidia, who had joined himself with the Africans and siege his camp. And you see, at this time, Africa been one group, the Numidians been another group. But in modern times, we call the whole continent Africa. At that time, Africa been a part of what we call Africa. Numidia been another country in Africa. So, Sai pacem Numidiae regem, qui a crise Afris conjuxerat capit et castora eius invadit. Syphax, with the most noble Numidians and an infinite deal of spoil, is sent by Scipio to Rome. Syphax cum nobilissimis Numidiis et infinitis spoliis a Scipione Romam mititor, which things being heard of among all Italy forsakes Hannibal. Clare audita omnis ferre Italia Hannibalem deserit. He is ordered by the Carthaginians to return to Africa, which Scipio had laid waste. Italia Hannibalem deserit ipse Carthagensibus in Africam redire iubetur, quam Scipio vestabit. Thus, Italy was delivered from Hannibal in the 17th year of the war, which he is said to have left weeping. Eterno decimo septimo ab Hannibale Italia liberata est, quam fliens discitur reliquice. Ambassadors of the Carthaginian desired peace, of Scipio. They were sent by him to Rome to the Senate. Legati Carthaginiensium pacem a Scipione patierunt, abeo ad senatum Roma misi sunt. Truce was granted them for 45 days till they should go to Rome and come back. Quadragenta quinque dies in inducia datae sunt, quosque Roma ire et regedi possent. 30,000 pounds of silver were received from them. Trigenta milia pondo argenti ab his accepta sunt. The Senate ordered a peace to be made with the Carthaginians according to the pleasure of Scipio, and Senatus ex arbitrio Scipionis pacem iusit cum Carthaginis nesibus feeri. Scipio granted it upon these terms, that they should have no more than 30 ships, should give 500,000 pounds of silver, and restore the prisoners and deserters. Scipio his conditionibus cedit ne amplius quam trigenta naves habere quinquenta milia pondo argenti dare captivos et perfuges redere. In the meantime, upon Hannibal's coming to Africa, the peace was interrupted and many hostilities committed by the Africans. Iterim Hannibale veniente ad Africam pax turbata est, multa hostilia ab Afris facta sunt. Yet the ambassadors, as they were coming from the city Rome, were taken by the Romans, and by Scipio's order dismissed. Legati tamen eorum ex urbe venientes a Romanis capti sunt, et jubente Scipione dimisi. Hannibal, too, being conquered in several battles by Scipio, begged peace himself too. Cum ventum esse a colloquium isidem, I missed one, yeah. Hannibal quoque frequentibus praeliis victus a Scipione, and petiit etiam ipse pacem. When they came to the conference of Punic, it was granted upon the same terms as before. Cum ventum esse a colloquium iisdem conditionibus data est quibus prius. Only 100,000 libri were added to the 500,000 pound weight of silver for their late treachery. Addita quingentibus millibus pondo argenti. How much they say? Quinque milia librarum propte novum perfidiam. These articles displaced the Carthaginians, and they ordered Hannibal to fight. Carthagensibus conditiones and displicerunt userunque Hannibalem pugnare. The war is carried by Scipio and Massinissa, another king of the Numidians, who had made an alliance with Scipio, up to Carthage itself. Infertur a Scipione et Massinissa alio rege Numidiarum, qui amicitiam cum Scipione fecerat. Who Hannibal sent 3 spies to Scipio's camp, whom being seized, Scipio ordered to be led around the camp, and the whole army to be shown to them, and then a dinner to be given them and dismissed, that they might tell Hannibal that they had seen what they had seen among the Romans. Aníbal, tres exploradores ad Scipiones castra misit, quos capto Scipio, circumduci per castra, iusit ostendique, e istortum exercitum. Mox, etiam prandium dari dimitique, ut renunciare Annibali quae apud Romanis vidisse. In the meantime, a battle was prepared for by both generals, such as scarce ever was in any age. Hold on real quick. So in the meantime, a battle was prepared for by both generals, such as scarce ever was in any age. When their most skillful men drew from their troops to the fight, Scipio come off conqueror, Hannibal himself being, what did I say? Something being well nigh taken, who got off at first with many horse. Interia praelium ab utroque duce instructumes, quale vix ulla memoria fuit, quum peritissimi viri copia suas ad bellum educerent. Scipio victor recedit pene ipso Annibale capto, qui primum cum multis equitibus diende cum vigenti, postremo then with 20, postremo cum quator e visit, and at last with 4, and cum e visit. 20,000 pounds of silver were found in Hannibal's cap. Annibalis argenti pondo vigenti milia artery, and 800 of gold artery octigenta, with other baggage in great plenty. Caeterae supellectili copiosa. After that battle, a peace was made with the Carthaginians. Scipio returned to Rome and triumphed in great glory, and began to be called from thence Africanus. So you see right there, they're showing you we get a lot of rumor in these days that Scipio named Africa, but you see it's the other way around. He took on the name of Africa after winning this battle. The Second Carthaginian War had an end 19 years after it began. It's the Second Punic War. Definitely wasn't over after this. Post id ceritame pax cum Carthaginisibus facta est. Scipio Roma rediit, et ingenti gloria triumphavit, atque Africanus ex eo appellari coeptus est. Fine accepit secundum Punicum bellum post annum nonum decimum quam coeperat. That's the end of this chapter on the Second Punic War. You'll find some more of these stories to read. You'll be down rolling down on this. We're learning history and we're learning Latin at the same time. So, Walete, till next time. Peace. Pax.